Hello to all my friends out there. Hi, you guys. Well, it's Friday night. It's been a long week, and it's about time for some half-decent food. So I had a meal plan, and one of the meals was a chicken meal. And so I got some new cookbooks, and I was browsing around, and I found a new chicken recipe. So that's exciting. So I made that. Okay, now to go with it, I made this package of risotto. I made a homemade one too that was pretty good. So here it is. It's just a half a package, but it's enough for one meal. So when it's done, it calls for a tablespoon of butter, but I don't think that's a whole half batch. So I am just going to add about this much. And then it calls for a tablespoon of Parmesan cheese. I'm going to use dry. I keep forgetting to get some shaved Parmesan. I think I'm going to buy a couple more of these. These are good. I got them at the dollar store. This will taste good with my chicken. Look at this. My plants are happy. I hope my son can get them in time. You know, they've extended tax season for a month. Ooh, yummy. This looks good. I'm going to move the camera so I don't spill it all over my floor like last night. Let me give you a close-up. Okay, now let me move back to where I was. Okay, so here's the cookbook. And the recipe is Basil Buttermilk fried chicken. Okay, it's first thing I noticed is I had everything that it calls for. And so I'm making a half a batch. It was 1 cup buttermilk, and I remembered how I made it last time. I had 1 cup of evaporated milk, and I added 1 tablespoon white vinegar, and it curdled right up. 5 tablespoons, well, it was supposed to be 2 cups buttermilk, 5 tablespoons dried basil, 2 teaspoons hot pepper sauce, so I use Tabasco. I got the basil at Dollar Tree, I think. Two, 3 and 1/4 pound chickens cut up. This is for like a huge batch. And then 2 cups flour, 2 teaspoons salt and pepper. So this is, and then here's the recipe. You could fry it. Or do I have the right place? You could fry it, or you could even probably barbecue it. I don't know. I bake everything myself. Let me see if I can get the whole thing. Maybe you can take a screenshot. This is an awesome cookbook. I was going to sell this, and I thought, no, I don't think so. I think I'll keep it. Uh-oh. So now what I want to do is I want to make myself a salad. And I was thinking, you know, maybe eat a few more veggies and try to, you know, get a few more vegetables so that not so much fattening food. And so I want to make enough so that I make enough salad stuff for, you know, a couple, like 4 I like to eat in the middle of the night. And I was thinking, well, just make a big enough salad so that if you do want to eat in the middle of the night, you can, you can get some salad instead of some fattening alternatives. My onion. I have this very small kitchen, you guys. Okay, so I bought some lettuce today. I think I see the price of vegetables is going up. Nothing we can do about that. I was thinking about the Dave Ramsey thing, and there was a bit of a controversy because basically he said if you think $600 or $1,200 is going to help you, you know, is going to buy your way out of this problem, you know, you're basically stupid. And what he was saying was basically true. And I was thinking about it, and the use of credit cards on top of inflation is very, very bad, because the inflation is going to be eating your money up. And then if you have interest to credit cards, then those can further aggravate problems. So the best thing to do is to pay them off. And I haven't been, you know, really killing myself to pay them off, but I think it's a good time to pay them off now. I've been through a few of these recessions, and I managed to get through all the prior recessions pretty good, you know, with my credit and everything. I have some cucumber. And I was thinking probably the best thing to do is pay the credit cards down now, before this this recession really takes off, before something drastic happens. I'm hoping nothing drastic will happen. But if you can get through, if you do have credit cards, and you do carefully secure your credit cards, you know, it's going to be so much better. In case an emergency comes up and you need your credit cards, you know, you'll have some credit. So basically, you know, after I was thinking about it, I thought, you know, what he was saying is really, really correct. You know, this is not going to really work. What's got to happen is you have to make sure that you're living within your means all the time. You know, being as cheap as you can now. You know, if you're living beyond your means and you're using the credit, that can be so bad. I have a few olives. I want to keep my salads, you know, that I'm eating, you know, to kind of, you know, replace some of the fattening food. I want to keep my salads mostly veggies, and start eating a few more fruits and vegetables. What I'm trying to do is once a week I'm trying to buy some vegetables and some fruit. You know, I have bought a lot of food for the stockpile, and so now, you know, I can just buy a few vegetables and fruit and try to watch it. You know, I bought a big, I put my onion in some ice water, and so hopefully that's going to make it not too, so I want to make my salad like a little bit of a steakhouse salad with some red onion on top. You could put lunch meat and cheese on a salad like this. So here's the salad. That's an easy salad. Okay, now, okay. And the other thing that helps me is if I have a bigger portion of meat, then I'm not apt to get really, really hungry and start eating a lot of fattening food. My house smells so good with this food that I cook. And it was so easy to make everything you have in the house. I could make some really tasty gravy, but I think the salad is a better choice. And then here's my risotto. I'll put it on a plate. This stuff is easy to make from scratch, though. I had never really made this stuff until recently. Ow. So here you have it. Ooh. Okay, so now I'm going to taste a little bite of this and tell you how it is. I'm sure it smells really good. And here's my salad. All right, let's take a little bite. I flipped the chicken halfway. So here's what it looks like. Yummy, it looks good. It's hot. It tastes really, really good. Now, I want to make a tasty dessert. Okay, I bought some good yogurt. And I bought some blueberries. Here's the blueberries. This is honey yogurt. The finest yogurt. What I did is I went to Sprouts and the finest yogurt was marked down. So I got the finest yogurt for no more than any yogurt. So I might as well use my amber glassware. I have balsamic vinaigrette. This is a big yogurt. I've never tried this kind. I've never tried honey. Let's see. That's good. So that is a really, really tasty dessert. Here it is. But in the back, to go with my tea. Oh, I wanted to report to you guys how the no caffeine was going. It's going good. What I have is I have iced drinks at all times. What I did was I had one iced tea, but for me that's nothing. And when I'm home, I just keep tea and I have water and I have more tea. So I'm not suffering at all. I'm surprised. So now what? Well, now what has happened is I have found a really, really good chocolate chip cookie recipe. These are good. You gotta make these. Then you can sit in your nice, clean house and you can eat your cookies and life is good. So here's one of the cookbooks I bought. And in this cookbook is the chocolate. I think mine look pretty close. Look, who could resist this? And here is the recipe. And it's a regular chocolate chip recipe. I did it a little bit different. But what is so delicious about these chocolate chips is the chocolate chip dough. So it says in a food processor, combine flour, 2/3 of the pecan, baking soda, salt, and process until the pecans are ground. I didn't do that. It calls for a lot of pecans, 1 2/3. I just added half a cup, and that was plenty. And then I mix everything by hand. I mix the brown sugar, the white sugar, and the butter, and my butter was frozen, and I just hit it in defrost for 30 seconds, and it was ready to go. And then I beat my egg, and to that I added the baking soda and the salt, and then I added that to the butter, and then I used my little screen, and I sifted my flour. Those little screens were better than everything. Oh, and I added my egg and my, so let me give you another shot of the ingredients. There's nothing out of the ordinary, and these cookies are delicious. Okay, now I want to mention something to you guys. I kept forgetting this channel. It was, okay, he just put out a video, and it's really a good video. It's, let me move this thing back a little tiny bit so it's not cutting the top of my head off. It's Spring Cleaning with Nicholas Fairford, and then it says Nicholas Fairford. And here is the video. I put it on my Twitter if you guys want to find it that way. But what was so good about it is, I mean, what I really love about his channel is he lives in England, I think. And it's so different over there. I mentioned to you guys that I follow Homestead Tessie Mobile Home Living. And she's up near the Amish and the Mennonites, which we have no exposure to in San Diego. But on this channel, Nicholas Fairchild lives in England, but when he was cleaning his house, you know, I had watched the videos where he had restored the furniture and designed the pictures, and it was just really neat to see all the things that he had done. And you know, the way he cleaned his house was very, very good. I don't go into that depth myself. But another thing about his dwelling is you had the window here, and right outside the window was the street. If you lived in California, you would have company that night. When I lived in my old apartments, I didn't even have the windows open. And it just really amazes me how different other places in the world are, just to like see a home right on the street like that. That doesn't happen here. Me, I moved as far out of the city after those riots as I could. But it's really beautiful, and you know, you can take a look. He's the one that got me started buying these books. And he was dusting his books and stuff. But one thing he has on here is he made a meal. It was Hello Fresh, and he has an app on there if you want to try 12 free meals. And I was thinking about that. You probably have to like buy a month's worth of meals, but what happens is a box comes and everything you need is in the box, and you can get vegetarian or what, low carb, whatever kind of food you want. And I thought that was really neat. I would consider doing that. There's all different kinds of them that they have now. But the thing is if we get locked down or if it becomes dangerous, some of these things where they deliver the food to you might be a good option. So keep that in mind. Okay, you guys, I will see you tomorrow. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and God bless you all.